morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. I'm Jessica, and this is Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. I am trying my best to put on a great big smiley happy face today because I don't know what happened to the sweater weather I was so excited about last week, but it's been a little warm the last couple of days. A little warm. A little warm for October. Now, I'm not going to completely go into complain mode because it's cooler than I suppose it could be. I suppose it could be worse than it is. There is a lovely breeze outside. But, the very perimenopausal hormones in Jessica Dugas we're really looking forward to not having to sit 5 inches from the air conditioner. Okay, so I just please, my husband is thrilled because he's not a fan of the super cold weather, which is fine. It's fine, okay, because I'm sure I'll find something to complain about when it's freezing cold. But here we are. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I have a co-host that's going to be joining me a little bit later. Olivia Ambani is here. Very excited about that. But she is, as we've discussed numerous times, it's always a fun time coordinating things when someone is overseas. And Olivia, as you know, is in Kenya. And sometimes it's a challenge, but here we are. So anyway, I'm excited she'll be joining me today because we're going to be talking about the joy in letting go. And you all already know that this is not my favorite thing to talk about, but I pride myself on being raw and real here on Project Joy Live. And sometimes that involves things that I have difficulty finding the joy in as well. But the interesting thing about all of this is I really have prayed hard throughout the years that my letting go discernment, if you will, becomes easier for me. And it has in recent months. And so I'm excited to talk about that when Olivia gets here, and we're going to have a good time with all of that. That said, if you are joining us live today or on the replay, head over to the comments and let us know what is bringing you joy today and where you're joining us with all your joy from in the world. What's bringing me joy today is we had a lovely Sweet 16 birthday celebration for my daughter Margie, and she's going to be here on the show Friday. She is our Project Joy Live teen correspondent, if you will, and she's going to be joining us to tell us all about her birthday stuff on Friday. So I'm not going to get too far into it, but it was a nice day. We had already, done a pretty significant birthday thing with her a couple weeks ago. And so it was a low key day yesterday. It's also, thank God, the final birthday in our house for the year. We have a big family, and I've shared about this before, that, all the birthdays in conjunction with all of the holidays and all of the things, like it's a lot sometimes. And so I'm happy that we're on a little hiatus now for a moment until Monday when it's Canadian Thanksgiving. So there's that. But also bringing me joy today. I still, I'm finding so much joy in connection right now and in community. And I'm really fortunate to have been given spaces to speak on those things in the next couple of months. And so I'm very excited about a few things I have going on. One, I shared about this before, and I want to share about it briefly again. Coming up on Sunday, the Dine for Felines fundraiser, which is happening in Middletown, Connecticut. There's going to be a buffet at literally my favorite place on earth. No, friends, it's not Disney World. It's a Roy Thai garden. So join us for that Sunday, October 12th. It's going to be a buffet, raffles, positive vibes. Why does this matter to me? One, because the animals matter to me, but two, and there's the QR code up in the corner if you'd like to get tickets. I am donating a couple of my signed books for the raffles. So we would love to see you there on Sunday. Come and join us for that. And what else is bringing me joy that I have coming up? Also, I'm looking at the calendar here. So I'm in like major planning mode this month because next month I'm excited that I have lots going on. First, I have the Dream MVPs half-day workshop that I'm hosting with Paula Allen and Stacey Brayuka happening November 8th. It's a half-day working workshop for female entrepreneurs who are looking to bring more ease and flow into their 2026 planning. Why? Because you deserve, ladies, ma'am, you deserve for 2026 to be your best year in business so far. And so we're excited to bring you that workshop coming up on November 8th. So dreammvps.com is where you can, oh, I guess that needed a bell, is where you can find more information about that. And please get signed up because it's going to be so much fun. I'm going to put it down in the chat for y'all there. See how I brought out my Southern for just a moment in the comments. Then coming up after that, so that's the 8th. A couple weeks after that, I am going to be hosting a free hour-long workshop about creating community. Why is this important? Because it's important, okay? Because very much like people are being told these days to start a podcast if they have a business, which that could be a whole show in itself, and I do not agree. But they're also being told you need to start a Facebook group, start a community, put something together. And I also disagree with that. Not everybody needs to create a community. A lot of people could benefit from participating in a community, but not everyone needs to create a community. And we're going to be talking to people who either, one, they have a community that needs to be revived. And they, maybe they're in the process of doing that. Two, they've never had a community, but they're getting ready to start one. Or three, they've been told they need to have a community, but they're not really sure if they should have one. Now, after this workshop takes place in 2026, we are going to be hosting quarterly roundtables about the after. You have a community. Now, what do we do with it? Now, how do we engage people? How do we nurture our community members? And really leaning into a lot of the expertise that both Jamie Rich and I have in this area of building community. So that is happening halfway through November as well. Then, see, the gifts just keep giving this morning, everybody. Saturday, November 29th. Do you know what's happening that day, you guys? Do you know what's happening that day? Does anybody want to guess? While you're guessing, I'm going to check in with the comments. I love you saying, dang, it's saying. There it is. Good to see you here this morning. Brings me the joy. I borrowed your sweater. Thanks. Appreciate it. I need my sweater weather back. Only a triple shot of good vibes. The 4th is on you, my friend. May the 4th be with you. Okay. Let me check in. Olivia is fantastic. I cannot wait for you to meet her. She is yummy. She's my Kenyan sister and I love her to pieces. And fun fact, we are working so hard on trying to make an in-person Breakthrough Show Network concert happen that will, of course, feature some of your favorites like Olivia Ambani, Kevin Kiley. Just hello, wait for that because it's going to be amazing. Ollie says, what brings me joy today is that I'm alive, out of bed, and willing to do my best to forward in my day with joy and not, we all can relate to that. My body had difficulties to wake up, late morning wake up. I had an evening, a later evening than usual, so I'm feeling it this morning myself, believe it or not. Imagine having a birthday mid-December. No, thank you. I'm so glad that didn't happen in our house, but I can imagine it could be fun in some ways. My mom was born 2 days before yeah, see, that's a rough time of year. That is a rough time of year. Look at that. Let me see. Checking in. Okay, so I asked, is it only for women? Dream MVPs, yes. Dream MVPs are, I believe, well, I mean, it's geared towards women entrepreneurs. But anything goes. I feel like if you resonate to the message, then sure, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. I'm gonna go with that. Anything big. The community one is not just for women though. Community one's for everybody. So please come to that. That's gonna be fantastic because Jamie, Rich, and I, we're like. Okay, you guys know it's the age of Aquarius right now, right? It's the age of Aquarius. We're in the middle of like massive world change. Well, Jamie, Rich, and I are two of the most Aquariuses that have ever walked planet Earth. And so imagine the vibe being in the age of Aquarius with two of the most Aquarians on the planet Earth. Okay. You're not going to want to miss that, period. End of story. Anything beginning with you need is not for me. There it is. Okay, so I did ask, dang, it sang. I did ask what you think you're going to, is happening on November 29th. Come on down. Okay. Oh, see? Okay, so you ready for this saying? My sun, moon, Venus, and Mars are all Aquarius. When I tell you I'm Aquarius, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. All right. Okay, so November 29th, why is it important? Last year on November 29th, something really amazing happened. And that tells you that this November 29th is the 1-year anniversary of something really, really special. Really special. Check it out.
Caldwell Williams, on April 4th, I was 90 years old, grandson of slaves. My parents were first generation free. A long time ago, I embraced the definition of love. Love is the experience of well-being. And a friend is one who mutually shares that experience of well-being with you, which opens up almost infinite creative possibilities.
We're told as children to go make friends, but what did that look like? And how has it changed over time? Friendship is one of life's greatest gifts, and sometimes one of its greatest challenges.
Someone who is there to support you, someone who is willing to go through the ups and downs of life with you.
Connection, but also the opportunity for learning and deeper connection.
If I don't talk to that person for 2 months, we pick up the phone like we've never stopped talking. To me, that is what a friend is.
Friend to me is someone I can share my joys, also the struggles I have.
Friend means somebody that you can talk to and that you can trust.
So a friend to me is actually someone really, really close, an inner circle person.
And I think it's an important discussion to pass on to other generations so they don't get caught being lonely at the end because they haven't thought about friends in different ways.
This is the Friendship Paradox, a raw and real exploration of connection. Through 26 voices across miles and time zones, we reflect on the friendships that shape us, challenge us, and teach us who we truly are.
I need your shoulder
What does it mean to be a friend? How do we navigate connection in a world that's constantly changing? And what can we learn about friendship by looking within? This isn't just a film about friendship, it's a call to reflect on the relationships we built, the ones we've lost, and the sacred connection we have with ourselves. What does friendship mean to you?
All right. So that should tell you what's happening on November 29th, 2025. We are at the 1 year. I'm over here. I'm really trying to hold it together. I have eye makeup on today. That film took over my 2024 and became such a huge culmination of the work that I've done in the last several years, the people that I've connected with over the last several years, and my own very, very personal journey and reflections that I've had around relationships, connections, and especially friendship and adulthood, which I still feel very strongly that it's something that we were not taught or prepared for as we were growing up, most of us anyway. And so the November 29th is the 1 year anniversary of the film. And I'm very, very pleased to announce that we will be hosting a very special screening on November 29th. All of the participants in the film will be invited, all of the people who were interviewed, and we'll be watching the film and then engaging in a Q&A. And this event, I'm proud to announce, is sponsored by the New Folklore Theater Company. My dear friend, Dr. Henry Cameron Allen. We call him Dr. Hermie. He's not really a doctor, but I keep throwing it in there because it's just happens by accident. But he is has been so amazing to sponsor the screening of this film and Q&A afterward, which will be happening on the day of the anniversary, November 29th. And so very excited about that. And the film is also being remastered. The audio is being remastered right now. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. But that film was written, directed, produced, edited, compiled by, interviewed by, all of that done by myself. And I am so grateful to all of the people in my life who were willing to participate in that film and be so vulnerable. Longtime friends, recent friends, even an old boyfriend from my teenage days. Who else do we have? And the colleagues, lots of people participated in being interviewed and were raw and real and vulnerable. And I will tell you, before November 29th, if you have not yet seen the film, or maybe you just kind of saw it quickly, get some tissues in time for November 29th. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. So that said, it's going to 42 boxes of tissues is what you're going to need. It really is a space of reflection. It is a long film, but we will be working in an intermission in the film. And so it's going to be a whole evening. We're going to have the film. We're going to have an intermission where it's happening in the New Folklore Theater Company. You're going to get the VIP treatment. Literally, I've got a swag bag ready for you and all kinds of stuff. But please come November 29th for the special screening and watch it with us and ask questions and have fun and all of that good stuff. If you want to watch it before then, you can go to thefriendshipparadox.com. But I recommend waiting until the 29th because, like I said, the film is being remastered right now with better audio and lots of stuff that frankly, I just ran out of time last time. I was so happy with the result, but when you make something, that you kind of like have a moment where you're like, okay, I need to do some little touch-ups. And if you heard that song gets me every time. It features Olivia Ambani, who is one of my co-hosts here on Project Joy Live. And that's her song Shoulder that you heard. And I knew when I was sitting there making the film, and I will tell you this story really quickly because it's so good. And it speaks to the magic that happens here in the Breakthrough Show Network all the time. But I was sitting there editing one day, and I was listening to some music in the background, and Olivia's entire Superhuman album is gold, by the way. But there one song that kept playing, and as I was processing my own emotions around friendship and adulthood and all of these things, this song Shoulder kept playing over and over and over, and it's, I need your shoulder. I need you, friend. It's just a very simple lyric, and just this sort of guttural crying out of, I need someone right now. I need a friend. And sometimes we get so focused on, well, we need to be independent and we need to focus on within. And while I agree on those things, I also think we weren't put on a planet of all these amazing people if we were intended to be alone. You know what I mean? And so I feel like it's a very human need, a very human thing to feel like we need a friend in a certain given. So anyway, I was editing and I knew that I wanted that song. So we negotiated it with Olivia's people and got a contract written up and all of that fun stuff. And, so we took care of that. And then this is the wild part. I edited the final scene of the film where this song plays, and edited the video part. My process is I usually edit, then I will put the audio in, and then determine if I need to, shorten the video or whatever. I will never forget this moment because I almost fell off my chair. I edited the video, I put the audio in, and the audio was the exact length of the video. Is that not wild? It was a meant to be moment where I was like, hell yes, I chose the right song. It was that nudge from God that was like, yes, you picked the right one. That's so good. It was so fantastic. There's so many little stories like that behind the film that I can't wait to share with you on the 29th. So stay tuned. I'm going to have more details for you, and fun graphics and stuff I'll put on the screen for all of these things that I've been talking about this morning next week. So I hope that you will tune in next week, and I will have that all that information for you. All of that said, Olivia is not here yet. I knew that we were having some issues with timing crossing the pond today, but we're going to take a super quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to start talking about the joy in letting go because I want to share something with you that I read this week. Here we go.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join
programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's October 8th, 2025. I'm Jessica Dugas, and this is your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern Time hour. I had a co-host on deck for today, Olivia Ambani, but we had some issues with just things that happen when you've got co-hosts on different continents. Okay. And so I hope she'll be able to join, but if not, that you will see her again soon. So she's a regular co-host here, so don't have any worries about that. Today's topic is the joy in letting go. And I have shared before that this is a topic that is really difficult for me. I'm a very nostalgic person. I'm a hold on for dear life person. I am, it's important for me to, the follow through nature in me is very real. So even where this shows up in a toxic way for me is holding on to things that are hurting me. You know what I mean? Whether that's been, abusive relationships or, connections with people that are toxic and not good for my health, or in circumstances where it's clear that I'm not wanted in the room, and here I am just glued to my seat ready to go and follow through because I said I was going to be here. And also even in my business of hanging on to ideas that are not rooted in what I should be focused on in my business. You know what I mean? And that has happened often because I'm such a dreamer. I have so many ideas and I have a new idea every second, and I have so much that I feel like I can offer the world. And so I will want to run with those things without necessarily having it be of value to what I'm trying to create foundationally. And so it's harder for me to let go. And some of it goes back to the word I just said there. I said foundationally. So if you don't have, and we've talked about this on Beyond 2D before with Farhan, if you don't have specific, like a foundation that you live by, specific morals, principles, values, beliefs, rules. You can give or take whatever words do not feel comfortable for you there or feel comfortable for you there. But if you don't have a set of something that is your foundation that you believe in, it becomes very, very difficult to filter the other things, or to not have a filter to put other things or the things that you're doing in your life through, the connections that you've made in your life through. You don't have anything to filter it through. And so I've realized, and this is a tough one for me, that especially in exploring, we were talking about being very Aquarius before, and exploring my astrology and just my growing up, my traumas, exploring a lot of the things that we often explore in the spiritual and personal development worlds. Creating a strong foundation was never really a priority for me. Like I said, I live in the realm up here. I live from here to here. All right. I live in the love and the heart. I live in the sharing and the storytelling. I live in the overthinking and learning new things and all of that. And I live in the dream world. Okay. I live in the lots of ideas and always having something going on. And so I live from here to here. All right. And beyond there. The things below that, have always been really tough for me. I'm not really good at being grounded in any given moment. This is why I married a Taurus. I don't know what to tell you. And so I do tend to surround myself with people who have an easier time being grounded. And this is like plays into that whole idea of community that we've been talking about. That's the beauty of it, is we all have different strengths. My strength is not foundation. It's not. And so you might think, and this is where I sort of got it wrong, that because I have an idea and I know where to start, that somehow that's a foundation, and it's not. You have to have things that you are rooted in and things that you are sure about, even though that's a little on sandy foundation there. But I will digress and just say you have to have those things that you're rooted in order to have something for that base idea to be grounded in, right? And so it's challenging for me to let go because I don't necessarily always have that filter to go through. That being said, recently, I really have been working on those foundational pieces because in the realization that it's sort of missing in me, right? And as I do that, and as I get very clear on those foundational things that I live by and I stand for, it's becoming easier and easier for me to walk away. And it's scary for me, because it's not like me in that kind of way. This morning, I made a post on Facebook, and I want to read it to you really quickly here. It says, it's an interesting experience to be actively protecting your peace while giving yourself permission to share your heart, knowing well and good that your sharing might disturb the peace of others. And as long as you're sharing from love, that's not your business. We always have permission to excuse ourselves from any given table. And it's amazing how clear that option becomes when you're operating from principles of love, peace, and inclusion. As I lean hard into peace and love and joy and these things that I want my experience to be here on earth, that I feel like we all deserve to have that experience here on earth, as I lean hard into those things, it becomes easier and easier to just allow things to go their own way. And so those same principles are things that are leading my decisions that I've made here with all of those yummy things that I mentioned in the beginning of the show that I'm releasing or doing towards the ends of this year. And by the way, this is the first time that I've been doing a lot of those things solo without the Breakthrough Show Network behind it. Like, it's just Jessica Dugas. See how I use that word just there? It doesn't feel good to me. It doesn't feel good to me that I just did that, but we are a work in progress. And so this is the first time that I've done things solely for me in a really, really, really long time. And so even those things that I'm putting out into the world, I am filtering those through the same things that I'm filtering the rest of my life right now. Is it loving? Is it joyful? Is it peaceful? Is it inclusive in what I'm doing? And so all of those things go into every decision that I make right now. And then there's other foundational things too that I'm learning along the way. I'm learning very quickly what types of people I work best with. And it really is no shade. It's no shade to anyone or anything out there, but we all have people we work best with. And it's interesting because speaking of Jamie Rich, that I'm going to be doing the community workshop with in November, he gave me a great example yesterday that sometimes he's like, have you ever like gone on a trip with like a best friend and have it go horribly because you realize you're really good friends, but you're not good travel companions. It goes back to the conversation that we've had so many times on the Breakthrough Show Network and many different shows about the importance of compartmentalizing in relationships. And one of my biggest lessons for the end of this year is learning who I want to partner with and who I don't. And it's okay for me to be friends, even colleagues with someone and not partner with them on something. You know what I mean? And so these are all foundational things. And I feel like when we get clear on these foundational things, we can then lean heavily into the joy that is letting go because everything else becomes clear. Everything else becomes clear. I love when you Jessica. That's me. Sang says, I disturbed the peace yesterday and ruffled some feathers. I mean, imagine, it frustrates me sometimes that we're in this world that by simply sharing our hearts and doing so in a loving way, that it bothers people. It bothers people because we are so addicted to drama, for the love of goodness. Like I'm in a community right now that I'm witnessing some things that are mind blowing for me. Like truly, I'm sitting back, and this is the other piece of this. When you have those foundational pieces that you work on for yourself and you start experiencing the joy of letting go, and then you really start to witness the lack of these foundational things in other people, places, and circumstances. And so things become more and more mind-blowing for me every minute. But the great thing is we don't even have to get to that point of the joy of letting go, because those realizations help us to not even waste our energy and get started. You know what I mean? Like we can clearly see this isn't going to fit the foundation that I have in my life. So I'm good. I'm good with not even having to get to the joy of letting go. How's that? If we are not sharing our words in places that we can express just because we fear to harm with ourselves, then our words will be unexpressed and will turn to diseases. Yes, diseases, or I agree. I agree 100%, Ollie. And we have to do a little bit of work around communication. By the way, Beyond 2D has 4 incredible episodes about communication that you can go back and watch. Good morning, Teresa. It's good to see you today. Sang says, I'm letting go the societal restraints that are automatically placed on me. Dang, it's Sang. Watch me make that into a video now, saying it's happening. Yes. Nobody gets to do that. Nobody, but hi, Rich. Good morning. We are in an age of outrage, truly. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. And see, I'm trying to remember, constant reminder for myself that outrage to outrage is not helpful. Okay. Outrage, write it down, people. Outrage in response to outrage is not helpful. All right. It's just not. It's just not. So I want to tell you about this as a little closing story. So last year at 90s Con, actually 2 years in a row at 90s Con, I got to meet Christine Taylor, the actress who is married to the actor Ben Stiller. Christine Taylor has been sort of a staple in my pop culture life for a very long time. And I have always had, a lot of respect for her. I love her work. And she's just getting to meet her in person. I will tell you, I'm sort of getting emotional right now because this ties into the friendship paradox too. She's just lovely in person. And, you might know her from Brady Bunch movie. If you go way back, Hey Dude on Nickelodeon. She has been in Zoolander, and I could go on and on and on. Just so many films. She's fantastic. And it was actually a specific episode in the old show from the 90s, Hey Dude, that I was watching about friendship that was the spark that ignited what became the friendship paradox. And last year I had the opportunity to tell her that in person. This was an episode that was focused on her and her friend in the show. And so I had the opportunity to tell her that. I gave her the link to my film so that she could watch it and all of these things. And so anyway, I saw an article recently because her and Ben Stiller had separated in their marriage back in 2017. And then in 2020, when they were back under the same roof, their whole family during the pandemic, they actually decided to rekindle their marriage and save it ultimately. And now it's not to say whatever's going to happen in the future, but this article was just released by People magazine because Ben Stiller recently released a new documentary called Nothing is Lost, about his parents' relationship. And he said that the title of this article was Ben Stiller felt he was failing during separation from his wife, Christine Taylor, and couldn't live up to his parents' marriage. How many times do we have to hear that saying, comparison is the thief of joy, before we actually believe it? So this was a situation in this article where he was talking about how witnessing his parents' marriage made him feel like a complete failure when he separated from Christine in 2017. I'm trying to find the specific quote here that he said. When we separated, my feeling was like, oh, I'm failing at this. And look at my parents. They have this incredible 50+ year marriage, and I can't live up to that. Isn't that like, so we think sometimes that we're comparing ourselves to, that seeing just the positive things in our lives is going to be a good thing. But sometimes we fall into this comparison trap. And the one thing I really want to focus on, the joy of letting go in today's episode, is the joy of letting go the idea that we have to compare ourselves to other people. If I may, sang D. Last night, we were attending Craft Circle with Brittany Floyd inside the Breakthrough Show Network virtual community. And in Craft Circle, Sang had brought a topic up, for us to discuss. And we were talking about this topic. And at some point in the topic, Sang mentioned being compared to a person in a positive way. It wasn't even as a negative. It was being compared in a positive way. And my first literal reaction was, you don't need to be that person. And I know that it's easy for us to compare as like, a benchmark that we want to achieve. It feels really good to be compared to someone who's done something amazing in their lives, right? But even that can be so harmful because it can be a space of, one, where we feel like we have to be like them. Two, we're never going to be as like, okay, if I'm like them, why haven't I gotten enough attention yet, or on whatever it is I'm doing? There's just so many layers that are harmful harmful to our own joy and ability to be successful in our own right, in our own space to be successful. And so I feel like we are quick to think that it's a compliment to compare someone that we love and what they're doing to somebody else who maybe is well known and in that arena. But I feel like that's not. Can we just lift people up at where they are without the comparison part? Well, Jessica's amazing because she has her own network, and it's kind of like how Oprah has her. Don't compare me to Oprah Winfrey. I love her. I love the work that I love her in the sense of what she's created in the world. I think it's amazing coming from where she came from and what she's created in the world. But don't know. No, because then I feel held to a standard that doesn't allow me to reach my own potential without comparison. And so we've got to, no. Don't do it, Ollie. I'm not even putting that on the screen. Don't say it. Don't say it. But don't, no. Nope. And I've heard different things throughout the years and no, I will not. I'm Jessica Dugas, creator of the Breakthrough Show Network, and that is enough in itself. And that allows me the space that I need to create the magic that I create by myself. I don't need to hang on someone else's coattails to do it. So that's where I'm at with that. So there is joy in letting go. And one of the biggest things we need to let go is the thief of joy itself in comparison. And that's what I'm saying. It feels good. But ultimately, I don't like it. And that's where I am. End of story. We're going to take one more quick break and we'll be right back with the last things and we can end the show. Here we go. Visit us at the breakthroughshownetwork.club for all of our amazing events and shows and all kinds of stuff we have going on over there. We have lots of stuff going on all the time, and you are invited because you're amazing and special. And that's it. Let's talk about our birthdays for today. Happy birthday to you. All right, you guys, I did not prepare ahead of time today, so I'll not be singing the full list. However, we could talk about whose birthday it was or it is today. And then I'll sing you the basic song. You're getting the basic birthday song today. All right. So Bruno Mars, pop singer, is 40. The Lordy, look who's 40. It's Bruno Mars today. Happy birthday, Bruno Mars. It is also Nick Cannon's birthday. He's 45 years old today in the world of celebrity. TV actress Bella Thorne is 28 years old today. Who else do we have here that I either recognize or I don't? Matt Damon, Boston's own. 55 years old today. Love it. Happy birthday, Matt Damon. Incredible actress, Sigourney Weaver. You guys brace yourselves. Okay. Sigourney Weaver is 76 years old today, everybody. And here's another one for you while we're at it. Movie actor Chevy Chase is 82 years old today, boys and girls. Happy birthday, Chevy Chase. Young adult author of the Goosebumps books and more. Another one, R.L. Stine, is also 82 years old today, everybody. Happy birthday. Gospel singer and an incredible voice, Cece Winans, 61 years old today. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And those are the famous birthdays, but the celebrities in my life, they also matter. Josh Manko, school friend, has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Josh. Carrie Ann Killeen has a birthday today. Also recently, Daniel Ramsey, Marissa Eyre, and my daughter, Margine Dugas as well. Happy birthday. All of that. Let's get our birthday song on, guys. You ready? The short version. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all the birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. I hope you have an amazing day or week or month, however you're celebrating. That's fine with me. In the Breakthrough Show Network, the remainder of the week, I'll be back here Friday for another episode of Project Joy Live with my daughter, the teen perspective, Margine Dugas. We'll be here on Friday. And let's see what else we have going on. For those of you that are brunch hackers, if you know, you know. You check your Luma calendar because we have something fun coming up today for that. For those of you that are hosts, if you know, you know. We have something fun coming up in just a few minutes here. Our monthly host meeting is happening at 10 a.m. Brittany has mindful doodling tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. What else do we have going on? Oh my goodness. Okay. There will be no episode of the Breakthrough Show on Friday, just FYI, because I had to move some things around with the recording, but we will be back the next week. And yeah, we have lots going on. It's going to be amazing and wonderful. So all of that being said, I love you guys so much today. And I will see you guys back on Friday for another episode of Project Joy Live. I'm Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.